Alright, gotta keep going. I'm gonna move off the heels of the last video. In the last video, I just created a hand. In between videos, I typically do touch-up work. And the touch-up work that I did specifically for just the scenes in the last video, or the frames, was I adjusted the fingers to make more sense. I reduced the size of the thumb. I altered the length of every finger to be appropriate to how the hand actually looks from that perspective. And I also did the same thing for the second frame, or second keyframe. So I'm going to move forward here. I'm just going to add another frame, and this is called onion scan, which is like a thin transparent view of the previous frame for you to basically work off of if need be. Specifically for this frame, I have to do basically a part where he grips the where he's actually gripping the sword. I'm gonna lower the hand. Actually, I don't have to. I'll just go for it. This is gonna be his knuckles here. I'm actually gauging the size of each knuckle solely based on solely based on the length of the fingers. Okay. His fist, or rather, this is his fist, but his hand is gonna have to be behind the weapon here. So I'm gonna do it like this. If you're an aspiring animator out there, somebody who just wants to attempt to pick up doing this, I could not recommend the program pencil more. That thing is a godsend. I feel like this should go in more. It's kind of hard to see from this angle. But I seriously think it should go in more like this. Jesus, not even so much the angle. It's hard to see because of all the ink work behind it. John, I'll rectify that pretty soon by doing a fill. Okay. None of this matters because it'll be out of the screen. So let's get the fill tool in there before I forget. The back one, I'm gonna use the same white. Which I don't mind. I have to color this anyway in the future. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright. So there's a break in the finger. Specifically in the lower finger. Let's turn off the onion skin. I technically don't need it. Oof. And let's turn off the other two layers too. Sorry, I seriously can't. Oh, that's why, because of the weapon breaks. Uh-oh. I have an idea for that. Fun fact for people using onion skin, the fill tool only reacts to a certain thickness of line. If you don't make the line thick enough, the fill tool will literally read through whatever perimeter you're trying to fill out. And I think I cracked the code. I think the top thickness you can go to, or rather the minimum thickness you can go to force the fill tool to fill in the perimeter is 3. Alright, that looks fine. I should be able to fill that, no issue. Get back my 2 layers here. Let's move back one. Let's take that. Really, the difficult part of doing this is just the ink work, really. It's more so the headache. Sorry, I had to adjust my mic. Alright, let's bump this back up. Pick the right color. Alright. And these are actually his knuckles. Seems fine. I don't know about that part, but yeah, this seems okay. Alright. Yeah, everything is twisting. Love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. It's pretty awesome. Right? Gonna have to bandage the arm later. Shouldn't a big deal. I'll do the bandage with the when I cross hatch it. Uh see. These are really the only frames I need. I might start coloring here. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. So this is gonna be really the hand that I'm gonna tween. It's gonna be moving. It's gonna move from roughly here to the weapon. That's if I don't choose to make it come downward at like a diagonal angle, like from the northeastern corner down to the actual hilt of the weapon. But this is regardless. This is the hand that'll move. This is the one. This is the position of his hand right before it lands on top of the hilt. Like right before it hits above the hilt. This is what it's gonna transition to. And then this is the final frame, which is basically it's just him gripping the weapon itself, which is that's really what I was shooting for. Sorry, I hit the mic again. So now that's out of the way. I think what's important now is really attempting to color this. So let's go back to this first frame. Have to do some work here because I fully intend to. I'm going to attempt to use the fill tool. But the fill tool doesn't play well with giant gaps. Okay. Now in regards to these gaps here, I think bump it down to 2. I'm gonna try my best to stay in, in line here. So that the fill tool reads it the way it should. Do this too. Alright, I'm not even sure if I need the fill tool here. Yeah, I do. So let's bump that up to 4. So basically just trim all these openings. Okay, that's easy enough. Close this off here. Follow this line. Stay in this line, but I'm going to follow it like so. Then I'm going to take this up. Oh crap. Let's back that out. And I'm going to take this up. Carefully take this up. Then I'm going to take this up. Okay. I may have probably didn't have to do that part. Okay. Alright. So now I can feel it. Sorry, I'm just skimming over it with my eyes to find gaps. Things that won't play well when I do the fill process here. Like here, this is gonna mess up. Um, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think it'll play well with this. So redrop this. I might have to well, I don't, there's no mic. I'm gonna have to trim this too. Set to 4. And for this, because I know all this is the same color, I'm just going to drag it around here. And for the weapon, since I know all of this is the same, bring it around there. And this is something different. This is his back. No, this isn't something different. This is part of the top layer too. I bring it around like this. I do things like make jaggies or zigzags for different objects, and then I do curved for specifically curved for cloth and jagged when I'm doing things outside of the camera view, just to remind me that they're how they're separated. It reduces confusion. I need to check up top here. I thought so. Let's let's get this filled off so that I don't forget. Okay, his head. Yeah, I gotta do his head. It's not really a big deal. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Mm, let me save it here. Saving it out right now. No, you can't see the pop up. So I'm gonna pull up my color layer. This is where I plan all my colors. Remember, I had a style change, so these colors are gonna be far brighter than in the previous videos, or what you're used to. Okay, the hand. I'll do the hand last. So I'll start from the bottom here in regards to the color layer, and you just pick a color. So we got guts, and then we have skin. Shift it over here. So I'm gonna pick the darkest tone. Uh-oh, what did I do wrong there? Oh, get on the color picker layer, pick the darkest tone. I'm gonna drop it here on, I believe, yeah, the main layer. Okay, okay. That's why you don't crosshatch before you color. Causes issues like that. It's literally a nightmare. It's time consuming. I understand I could just plop I could do the coloring under the layer, but it's not really necessary, you know. I don't think it's as fast. The term I use for this, for the exposed white or gray trim, is artifacting. Whenever I have artifacting, that's when I play around with the layer below. But it's more like sloppy fill in. It's a lot easier to fill in artifacting when you do it a layer below. So I'll definitely do that in a second here. I'm debating over whether or not to, if you can see the top of his face here. But disregard. Let's move forward here. Alright, so next color is nothing actually. I gotta do his ear. Oops. Alright, next color is gonna be the armor. I'm just gonna use the darkest armor tone. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to layer this. I actually have a better idea than to do layering. Yeah, let's just layer it. I think it'll be easier to layer it. Just kind of little pointless. Let's leave the skin though. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the layer work here. I'll just do it here. Layer, new. I'm gonna call the layer temp color. Okay, temp coloring. Slide that bad boy down. I'm gonna put it at the bottom, and then I'm gonna basically do the same thing I've been doing here, which is move forward with the color work. And this is gonna pretty much remove the artifacting completely for me. It's just something I clean artifacting in post anyway, so it's never really a big deal. I've never been concerned with it. Okay, filling in the ear to your right, his left. Just removing all the artifacting on it. Okay, now I'm doing the bottom of the hair. You should see the white going away. I'm gonna do a full trim here. Play it safe. Okay. Because I immediately noticed something I'm gonna have to do to rectify the basically the little bit of ink coloring that I did. I tried to backspace out, it wouldn't let me, which means the history ran out. But I have a trick that I can do to fix that later, so it's not a big deal. Now I'm simply retrimming the ear and hair. This is because I'm gonna do a fill bucket later on the color layer itself to properly fill in the skin. So the skin's gonna be kind of incomplete right now. But the layer below looks like that. Right now it looks like that. Okay, come on. Alright, put that mane back on. Stay on the color layer here. Let's slide the screen over so I can see. Okay, next up, I'm gonna do the armor. Again, use the darkest color. Okay, go down to temp color and then just fill it in. Specifically for this, I only need to do really for anything, I only need to do the perimeter, and then I can do a quick fill, and then the little details like the effect light has on it, or gleams or anything of that sense or that nature, I do it later. Okay, alright, that should be fine. Now it's fine. And let's go over here. I can't see, gotta move this picker. Paint absolutely has the ability to save a collection of custom made colors on the right. Pretty sure you can see it on the screen. It's on the far right of the screen. It's a series of squares. You can absolutely do that. It's just me specifically, I prefer to have labeling for my set of custom colors, so I had to do it manually, and that's only because it helps me with speed. I'm actually as I go, I'm creating methods to speed up, because you know time is of the essence. Uh-oh, that looks kind of awesome, but that's not what I was going for. That should have been his armor. Yeah, it was his armor. I just noticed his armor and hair are basically the same thing. We're gonna be, just in case it's slightly off, just be smart here, not pick the darkest color. Okay, back to the I'm doing the, uh-oh, yeah, I'm doing the hair. So let's get this done. Again, all you need is a perimeter. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll go to the cloth, and I'll be sure to fill that in. This doesn't matter up here. I can artifact this because it's outside of the camera, so I don't really care. I use that term a lot, artifacting. Whenever I say artifacting, I'm just saying mistakes, or just like negative space or white, clear, any background color that's not intended is artifacting. It's for the future. It freaks me out too when I do close-ups on scenes, or just when the eye can spot it. It freaks me out. To me, it's a sign that really you lack profession or professionalism, because well, the art's lazy. So I try to alleviate myself of getting that feeling by not having any artifacting. Okay, as soon as I get to the end here, I'll hit the fill bucket, and this will be good. I know in my last videos, really my first few videos, I would rant. I really don't like the manga. I think the manga's horrible. I see they're trying to drag it on. They want it to like last for a long time. But let's be honest, that's the reason Dr. Miura's dead. He took too long. He went on all those hiatuses and ended up getting heart surgery, and then he died. If he completed this story a while ago, he could have actually moved on to other projects respectfully. But that's life, you know. When you love something, you just do it. So, you know, can't blame the guy. I'm up on the top of his head. Forget you can't see my mouse on the recorder, so you have no clue where my mouse is. I'm gonna start like pointing it out. So here's the kicker. I could put all the colors on one layer, or I could put them on a separate layer. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna double click the temp coloring, and I'm gonna call it main coloring to separate it. Then I'm going to, because I have to do his weapon layer next. For his weapon layer specifically, which I think is temp 2. Yeah, so for temp 2, I need to make another layer, and I'm gonna call that temp 1 coloring. And this is gonna help me when I start like tweening or doing animations in the future. It'll save me the trouble. I'll be able to move it all at once. So I put that under temp 1, and I need to add in a new key here. Okay, so I have the new key now. Open back up the color picker. Let's do the armor first. Close the color picker. Temp layer 1 coloring. Bump this up to 50. Yeah, 50 might work. Let's bump that down. Let's go 30. Let's go. Okay. Alright. Okay. I know these colors are very dark. They're bright too, very saturated. That's on purpose, because I found out that I could adjust the saturation in post, and I prefer to start out with like the brightest I can get it, just so I have I love options. That's kind of, to me, it's important to have options here. Okay, get that feel. All right, so we got the armor, the skin, the hair. Next is the weapon. So let's get to it. Color picker. Weapon. Weapon's kind of tricky. So I take it all of this is the hilt. I'm gonna do the darkest color. Yeah, I'm gonna do the darkest for the hilt. I'm on the temp coloring layer. I'm just simply tracing around, making a perimeter, really for my fill bucket. Being very careful not to make artifacting here, because it is easy to do. Okay, I don't care about outside of the camera here. Just create a haphazard perimeter there. Slide it back up. Let's fill her out. Boom. Okay. I can't tell if up top. I think up top is just all cloth. So I'm going to do the cloth tone. The cloth tone should be in weapon too. And it should be very bright. So if I were to assess which one's a cloth tone, it'd be this gray. So I'm going to use this gray for temp coloring 1. I'm actually thinking of a slick way to do this. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Oh boy, okay. I could feel like my hand trying to move over outside of the line. Okay. Oh man, it's almost been 30 minutes. This time flew, huh? Time flies when you're having fun. Alright. What is that? I remember doing that. Let's fix that. That's an artifacting on the bottom here. Okay. Let's try to pick it. Yep. Boom. Okay. So we got all the main, really the main colors in here. So all I have to do is the gradient work, which to be honest, I can do the gradient work on the next video, or probably in between videos. I could easily do the gradient work. Won't be too tough. Let's go down to the main. Do some tweaking here. Grab that skin, the temp coloring. Still have a matter of the hands, which by the way, the hands have cloth on them too, which I totally forgot to not forgot, but I totally didn't put on it. So let's do this. It has to be consistent too, and I'm pretty sure it goes over his hand like this. So I'll give him a triangle there. I'll do the same thing here. And then the same thing here. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. I think it's just a parallel line, but the line stems from here. So I'm gonna just drag it like that. Then 1, 2. Yes, this is actually a process of how I do this part. 2, 1. Uh-oh. I've gone too far with that. Oh, I just hit it halfway. 1, 2. I don't like that art. Do that again. 2. Okay. Not sure about that. Since his thumb, he would have a opposite wrap on his thumb. I'll put one on his thumb like that, just to like play it safe or whatever. You know what I mean? Okay. So 1, 2, 1. I just don't like that angle. Let's do 1, 2. Okay. Oh, that one already has 2. That one has 2. This one doesn't have 2. So let's do 1, 2. Sorry, that jagged part was a little too much. Okay. All right. And then 1, 2. I have to keep in consideration the angle of his arm. His arm is actually going it's not coming towards you. So that could you could be on dangerous territory if you don't take that into consideration or whatever. Okay. I want the whole I want the whole arm. Let's start here. That's my process there. I like it. I like it. Love it actually. One on the tip of the thumb like that. And I can have that same one. Boom, baby. Beautiful, right? Let's jump into the color picker here. Actually, I don't need the color picker anymore, do I? Let's go to main. Click the color. Pick that. Go back up to what was I on? Okay, so I'm coloring this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Crap. Okay. Alright, I can end the video here. It's been 35 minutes. In between videos I might do some more color work. Just to cause I do stuff like that. But yeah, got a little bit done. That's pretty much it. God bless.